Welcome back, all you tremendous lone wolves of Wall Street out there. We're back with another day of unrelenting CS2 case market coverage. I'm going to be giving you guys a little disclaimer going into this. I am sick as a dog. All right, I'm pushing through every fiber of my being to make this happen. So if I got some voice issues, that's just my bad, and you gotta just push through that with me. But we're going to be getting right into this because we do not waste your time or your money here at this channel. And every single case, almost every single one has seen incredible jumps from the last video. And I don't mean to keep harping on that, but it's true. Starting with the snakebite case, and this is what makes it really apparent here. Uh, so the snakebite case was about 40 cents in the last video, has taken a steep climb up to 46 cents now, really within the last day or two on these snake bites, which is especially huge because of how many of these are in circulation. Generally, if you're going to be seeing jumps on a case like this, like it'll be a cent or two over time. Generally, usually, but seeing like a 6 cent jump in just a couple day range is really big, just because there's so many in circulation, so many have to be bought up to move up the market price at all. And to see it go 6 cents is pretty big, but that's not the only one we've seen moving on. The clutch case in the last video was about 70 cents. We are now up to 75 cents on the clutch case. The CS20 is up to about a buck five, so about a 6 cent jump on these from the last video. The and this is I'm just rattling these off because it's almost every single case, and it's not just little growth, it's astronomical growth. Now coming to these Prisma cases, started the month at about a buck, all the way up now to $1.44. This is unprecedented. I could not have guessed this if like it was like I don't know. I don't even know what I was going to say there. I literally could have never predicted this. Not this fast. I definitely thought all of these cases were going to climb over time, but never did I think that they would be going up this multitude this quickly. Like it is absolutely rapid. This Prisma 2's up to almost a pretty much, yeah, a buck 50 now. Started the month at about a buck 15. It is huge for these lower price cases. And that's why when I started this channel, I tried to really harp to you guys to get into these lower price cases while you still can, because they're not going to be low priced forever and they will keep going up. I just never expected them to do it at this rate. Really, the danger zone's up now to about a buck 57, which is up about around 14 cents from the last video. I think we're around the 140 three-ish range in the last video. So huge jumps. Obviously on the month, it's a big jump. 117 all the way up to a buck 57 on the month. That's a huge month. And if you assume that trajectory for a prolonged period of time, these are going to be astronomical. And I don't expect these to continue on this trajectory for a prolonged period of time, but if they even take a trajectory anywhere resembling that, we're going to be seeing sky high prices come a couple years. So get in on this while you still can. Another case we're seeing a lot of movement on is the Horizon case, which is now up to 211. I think in the last video these were around like 204 or something like that. So uh not a giant jump as we've seen on other cases, but really a 7 cent jump is pretty big. That's not bad. Now, some of the cases we haven't seen a ton of movement on, I think the falchions might be moving up slightly. No, not tremendously. I mean, from the last video, actually, they are up maybe about 6 or 7 cents, so they actually are moving up. But cases that we haven't really been seeing moving are the Shadow case and the Spectrum 2, Wildfire, and Revolver cases. These are the ones we haven't been seeing too much crazy movement from, but just about every other case we've seen insane movement from. So the Chroma 3s, these have been taking a nice sharp trajectory up, even especially on the month. Started about 360 now all the way up to 414 on these. And these I'm just surprised by in a lot of the middle price cases because they've been stagnant for so long. So it just feels so huge to see them finally be moving in a big way. Same thing happened with the Chroma 2s. These are up to 450. And I want to apologize again. I am kind of sickly. So I apologize for any, like, me stumbling over my words or whatever. I'm struggle busting to get this out to y'all, but I know you guys need this information. So, um, 380 started on the month with these, now all the way up to 450. So giant jumps on the Chroma 2s. Same thing with a lot of these other ones, the Gamma 2s and the Gammas, both taking a sharp jump up since the last video, really. I think the last video we filmed, I think somewhere around here. It might have been the, like, hold on. Let me see when I've, I'm not sure. But, um, yeah, anyway. So for 08-ish in the last video, all the way up to 466 now. That's actually incredible. So keep your eye on those. Those are going to continue moving. Same with the gammas. Just incredible growth from both of these. Started the month at about 391, now all the way up to 475-ish. Realistically, when these get bought up, it's going to be back up into about the $5 range, just about on the gamma cases, which is pretty huge. Now, the spectrums, these aren't actually this low, but we have not been seeing a ton of movement on the spectrums regardless. Still sitting at around 450 realistically. The shattered web hasn't seen movement since the last video. The chromas have been moving up. They're about in the $6 range. It's been a slow and steady movement up, though, towards this now $6 range. So finally pushing into $6 is the chroma case. That's pretty big. The broken fangs, I don't believe have been moving. They have actually a lot on the month. In the last video, yeah, actually a lot of movement upwards. So about maybe 30 some odd cents since the last video on the broken fangs specifically, which is pretty big. On the month, started about $6, now up to 750. So a $1.50 jump in a month is astronomical on those. There's a few other ones we want to focus on. The breakouts are now consistently over $9 here regularly. The winter offensives almost pushing it back into that $10 range, but they've been fluctuating up and down for a while. So take that with a grain of salt. Now the glove case finally pushed over $10. I told you guys for a while I thought this was going to be here definitely by the end of the year. We didn't even make it to March, so who knows where this really will be by the end of the year. If you go ahead and look at the old videos, you can see all the prices on all these cases and why I've been stressing to you guys to get in while you can, because we've been seeing giant jumps over the past few months, and really within the last week or 2 weeks, I've been seeing astronomical growth on a lot of these cases. Now, the esports 2013, that's another one that I think has risen. This was about 60 some odd bucks, now over $100. Um, so really, really big jumps on that case, but I don't get too much into these way higher price cases just because I know nobody can invest in these that much really. And also the prices just fluctuate so much because there's less in circulation. So if somebody just happens to have like 50 of these in storage and offloads them all, it will lower that price. And so I don't like to get too much into the coverage of those prices, but it is what it is. Now, that is what we're looking at today on the market, guys. So let me know how you guys are feeling down below in the comments. If you guys are getting in, maybe one of you guys are like a big whale in this pond, as somebody said in the comments, jumping in here by tens and tens of thousands of cases, but I doubt that. It seems like and I mentioned this in past videos, it does look like we are reaching a sort of threshold of where the price like we're going to be seeing it probably shoot, in my opinion, likely above this range. Go ahead and watch my video titled this may only be the beginning. I go in depth into that specific note, but yeah, really, that's about it. Let me know how you guys are feeling about the market. If you guys are about to dump because it's at its height, if you guys are trying to buy in still, I personally would recommend against dumping because while they could fall under this, generally when the prices do fall, they go above where they were originally, usually far above where they were originally on a fall. So, like, if you look at the lifetime of any case, like it will peak up and eventually it'll reach its peak and it'll fall back down, but it'll still be way higher than it was originally. And I think we're on the start of that next peak with a lot of these cases. That is what I mentioned in that one video. So, anyways, thank you guys all for coming out. Let me know your feelings and thoughts down below. And yeah, everybody have a tremendous day.